a lot more than I normally want to do, and I don't know, is try not to tilt, and that is a little tough for me at the moment. So that is the issue I have at the moment with the ranked. So I felt like around the area like 3.55 is where you normally would probably have the breakpoint where you cannot climb consistently unless you use the concede button quite a lot to make sure you win day one. And I don't know, that's in the long run kind of expensive on the gem count. Anyway, short rant about my experience this morning about trying to climb. So yeah, thank you for the cheers and the uh, the nice emotes, Alexander. Yeah, also the average player is obviously getting a lot stronger there. Okay, short rant about MMR. Does not need to be the main focus here. I will buy the coolant here at silver already. That's okay. Still no Omega Ray. Feels a little bit like my whole morning. I don't think medium items and shield skills is what I actually benefit at this point here. We could argue that a solar farm actually is good in this spot. It will come in a little bit delayed, though we can take care of that. Is that really so likely? No. I'd rather take the income here. I mean, nah, I don't think so. Okay. It's always I'm struggling. Not enough sleep. It's always the lone shark here. We can still easily fight him, and here's the most gold in experience. When does the MMR get rough? Somewhere like for me, it's getting rough. Like if you're top 5-ish, probably. Like before you're like top 5-ish, I would say it's not rough. Like I don't mean that rude, but that is probably, you can still climb. I mean, obviously, if the opponents are stronger on average, now it's a little harder, but not the worst. Okay, core cooldown, reduction, extra health, or free loot items is probably where I'm looking at. It's still silver. Health is a lot and we're like short, but core cooldown reduction is also kind of important here, so we're doing this. We are so looking at haste skills, so that is an easy one. That is one of the best haste skills in the game, like one of the two, I think, skills that are just super strong. Also now we have a very reasonable chance to upgrade this at Nufu, so I will take any Nufu and reroll just to have an early upgrade on this skill. That is now top priority. I don't think, also I don't want to look at large items here. We are fixing haste now with the heavy machinery. So I take tools here, extra gold, getting a little bit situated again, making sure we can afford buying that skill in the future. Does this change a lot? I would say not. Like, it still takes a long time to full haste the board if it's only the golden one. So I don't think it's justified here to change too much of the positioning. We're staying with this. That should be an easy opponent, so that is good in our favor. Okay. I feel like at least for me, that is for now the enough rank talk. So I will focus on the game. If you have other questions, feel absolutely free here. Also, if you ever, I don't know, want a backseat or tell me something I might have missed or not considered, this is so welcome here in this stream. I will definitely go for haste, slow, and cooldown items. Pool is pretty good. I don't need temp boost yet, so we are definitely looking here. Nothing to see here. Health, going at the docks or looking for small and large items. This is a diluted pool now, because it's not only small items anymore, all the large items will and can show up. So Midsworth is, while it's really good early now, not even remotely good. I struggle with HP anyway, so there's easy consideration for the HP. Thug has the best skill as well as the best monster loots, so we are definitely going for Thug. We would like to see a bonk, even though this is also pretty okayish on the LEDs, and the medallion is also another free fight in our favor. I will be happy if you make some games with the armored core. Yeah, sure, probably. How do you feel about the rocket launcher? Okay, I will ramble a little bit about the rocket launcher, more precise in just a second. Those items will be used here. I'm now rich, so I can definitely go to Curio and buy him out. So let's make that for sure. Okay. Now this granola bar is just never happening, and I would wager the Chris Army knife as well. So then we can use this on the core, this on the Aiden. This we can also buy here. We are definitely use the rocket boots on the Aiden. Just make sure beta array is taking it and making the rocket boots get lost in the void, because it's still tagged as haste item. So also I don't want to have it on the GPU, so here I have to make sure I do not screw that one up. All the burn is going on the core, and we are definitely upgrading our LEDs here. There's a knee brace, there's a little bit of region. I don't think the rest is too much of impact or interest here, but this was a very good curio in my book. I will not skip an Andy over chocolate. I mean, there are all these nice upgrades I just got, but I also still would like to see like preferably a silver Omega Ray. I mean, there's a metronome and a Uzi. I will definitely pick those up and consider them in just a bit. Let's make the consideration here about the board, and then, I don't know, maybe about this rocket launcher situation. So the problem with the rocket launcher in general is the following. While I would say it is like it is a 2-slot item that hits like on average every 2 seconds. So therefore it's only a 4-second, like by approximation, a 4-second cooldown item if it was like we consider the amount of casts and the size and stuff, right? So a 4-second item already is I don't know. It is on the edge on being okay, right? It's okay, but it's only okay. Like it's mediocre. Like 4-second is not a low cooldown. So then the problem with the rocket launcher is obviously it's medium sized. So it takes 2 spaces. You are susceptible more to freeze and slow just because you have less items in general, like, or in comparison to the way better option of a soldering gun. So that's the next point. The third point is also, and I mean, this is like partly true for the soldering gun that has also some issues, is the damage comes rather late. It's delayed, right? You have to wait always 6 seconds before the next big hit is coming. I mean, and then also the hits are very little bit delayed and you could die in between. But even if we're just ignoring that fact, waiting 6 full seconds before something is happening is very, very, very long. So I explained that a couple of times. If the fight is exactly 11 seconds, this rocket launcher is only going off once. Like if we don't have haste on him and stuff. And only one rocket launcher hit in 11 seconds when the fight might be over is really weak. So you have like this loss due to the long interval until it's casting again. This is the reason why I think the rocket launcher, while looking as a good item, occasion item, you can use it if you don't find anything better, it is still not even near S tier, or in comparison on the same level as a soldering gun. That is a small item that is casting faster, and therefore straight up a lot stronger and a lot faster for its size in comparison. So this is why I don't preferably like the rocket launcher. Sure, you will argue now, well, but Max, you have haste, so all those issues do not exist. And while obviously I can reduce the issues with the rocket launcher if I have a lot of haste on the board going on, and that is partly definitely true, it is still the same weakness, right? If I still say I can get like a soldering gun or like an Omega Ray and an Uzi on this board, I will still be stronger because obviously I get a lot of gain from the small items value at some reason because of very fast procs every 1 second. Then if the Uzi is hasted and we say like we have full haste uptime, we are so more consistent on any level, always in the example of the other side. So I think a rocket launcher is a little bit like a Dave. You can use him if you don't find better stuff. It's not by far any bad item, but it's also not an item where I would say, well, this is strong. I know it feels good if it's going off and there's a lot of boom 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 happening, and then you see like the health bar going down and a lot of burn on your opponent. It's by no means a bad item, or it does not feel like it feels good. But I would wager it is not as strong as some people want always to tell me in my chat how strong that rocket launcher is. At least this is my personal opinion, and that is the reasoning why I feel that this way. Yeah, I will catch up because I want to see what the chat is opinioning here. Okay. Cool. So let's stop about this rocket launcher and consider what is the strongest board. So we have a little bit of haste coming from the core, and even though a little bit slower than I like, it will spread in the future. So that is something we should have in mind. I feel like the GPU though is not cutting it here anymore, or in the future if I look at what I have available to me. So we can say goodbye to the GPU. So the question is a little bit if I want to have a metronome at silver on the board just to speed up the whole process. And my intuition tells me I'm weak, I don't scale, I need to burst off. So I want to have probably exactly that on board. I don't think also the lighter on the left is doing anything. It was just a fast 3-second proc. So the Uzi and the metronome is probably better. I still want to see a duct tape on the board just for the consistency of having a few shield procs. The next opponent is a Vanessa. She might have a source of burn, and then having those 1-second procs of shield actually accumulate to a lot of health in the long run, how burn and shield interact with each other. So I would say like the Aiden is still a good item and the LEDs are good. We probably still consider the rocket launcher as a juicy item to the right here, though the micro Dave is also getting a lot stronger. I don't think like those two are that much better, to be fair. So that is okay since we're now hasting and stuff. I can live with it. So the only consideration here I would wager is probably whether the micro Dave or the rocket launcher, right? So now we have like not for the longest time, but for some time a 1-second Uzi as soon as we're hasting up here probably. As well as a few fast proccing items. Though this is also only like, it's only 4 seconds, like 4 second-ish, a little bit less because the core procs a lot. So maybe we say, well, we are a little greedy on that part and put in a lighter here. That might be better because this is not charging the core a lot. I know I'm now charging the core not as much as I would like to do, and 3 slots on the right is pretty bad. I still, since we have a lot of haste and Uzi and fast triggering items, maybe it is barely justified. Okay. But it feels not good. We're too slow. No. We're just putting the lighter in though, because the lighter is just faster than the better ray. I feel like that is the play. Okay. This is the strongest I can be for now with the items I have available, I would wager. They're close considerations, obviously, but I feel like, just to make this clear why I don't put the lighter on the right, I feel like that might be a valuable input. So I say, like, my main damage source is my ignition core. And if as long as I have a very fast, very pop-off ignition core with 27 burn on it, I'm probably in an actual not too bad situation. Then I put just the rocket launcher as a bonus on the right, but that's about everything I'm willing to put on the right. And I think like before this ever accumulates to the same amount of damage and consistency, the fight is over anyway. So this is just more pop off and burst and a little bit stronger in the long run. Okay, good. Good talk. Is it worth to sell bronze items at day 10 because it's impossible to upgrade it in vendors? That depends. If you still feel the bronze item is super important and on your board, the chance of finding it again is rather slim. So I wouldn't do that. If you hold it on because you know you will like only use it at a higher rarity, the metric is changing and you should sell it off, because if you don't use it at that rarity, well, why should you hold on? Then you can just sell and hope you find it in a golden version later on. But like, it's also not really helping you if you say, well, I sell my bronze or mega ray at this point and hope to find a golden one. That is so rarely ever happening. Don't do that. Like, that is not consistent at all. I actually don't know what the Assault Focus is. I will have to look that up in just for a second, because I also want to answer your question. Anyone use slow it for 1-2 seconds? Then the question was if it will trigger proboscis. I don't know. I have no idea. I would wager it should. Like, my understanding there, this should be the slow word, and therefore it should work, but I couldn't tell you. Okay, I nearly catched up. I will buy chocolate here. I don't think I want to see medium items. Dave is probably never on the board. I can justify the 10 gold chocolate here. I will go for the random items. That was a huge mistake. I was like still in the mindset of I want to find my Omega Ray, but I should have went to Nufu there for sure. That biggie of not focusing, a big mistake, because I have a very good chance there of hitting an upgrade here, and then I don't need to play a metronome anymore. That was a, I would say, a huge oversight. So sorry for that. That was a mistake on my end. I still value the Joyful Jack skill a little higher than the 1 extra XP. My companion corbels are solid and I can get 10 wins usually. I really struggle when those aren't offered. What is the second best alternative core build? Like, probably the armored core for sure. You can make the armored core somehow working, but it has some issues, especially because I feel like if you don't run the force field build, you will struggle against your monitor lizard opponents. But other than that, I feel he is in a good spot. You can play him like an ignition core. You can play him with a force field setup. Both is solid and viable. Those options are not it. I take the XP here. I will still look at small items. I'm still, yeah, a little bit underwhelmed by the outcome here, but it is what it is. There are duly specific skills. Probably I get an upgrade on heavy machinery. They should offer, in most cases, actually an upgrade. It did not occur, but this is like hasting my core, and then I can definitely get off the metronome and probably be a little greedier now and then put maybe the battery in, even though it's only bronze. Still think it is better than having like one burn Aegis on the left side there, for sure. Okay. Yeah, the Nufu skip was a big oopsie there. Especially like it might have been actually okayish still to skip Nufu on day 8 because you get not too many golden skills offered, and then I don't know, skills pool is still not the best, but on day 8 you should start looking for skills to be fair in the first place. And since I had heavy machinery, it was a big oopsie. Not saying it's not. Okay. Haste items over chocolate because chocolate is falling off. Haste item is a premium pool, and like turbo enchanted items can high roll pretty well. Is Curio like better than looking for my soldering gun here? Soldering gun. Yeah, it is, it is. I can get so much power out of this. I will buy the icicle for maybe a future high roll potential. We are using this to put it on the Aiden. We are still selling this off, and we can sell this off probably. We are, oops, not as rich as I thought, so, well, that was maybe a little bit overconfidence for the one region here, but still, maybe I can get something that gives me a little bit gold. Yeah, sharpening stones. The rest is also not really doing a lot here. I will use it actually because the impact is kind of a lot more for now on the rocket launcher, and I don't care if the Uzi deals a little bit more damage. We are going for the roaming island here. So now we have like already haste on the core, hopefully, and then, I mean, a little bit delayed though because it's not too much. But you can see like perma haste is spreading kind of good now. A lot of triggers on the left, and then the core is hasted and hasting the rest pretty soonish. When do you decide to put your coolant in? Probably when it's golden. Um, or I have a different setup going on. Like the coolant is just, so for me the coolant is more about the freeze and less about the cleanse. And at 2 seconds it's still a little weak. It's just an item I can pick up at that point just in case, but in most cases I don't value it too highly. So there's that. I will look at gold tier items over a slow item just to look at more items. I don't think this upgrade matters, and even though it takes it out of the pool, it's 8 gold I can at the moment probably just not justify. I would say we're taking the temp boost here to give ourselves an edge and go with the fire. So fortunately for us, this opponent, I mean, he shielded kind of a lot, but his damage was not scaling, so we got over there, over the line. That is going in our favor. I don't want to play any large item at this point for sure. I would never consider like a solar farm at all, even like if I get like a diamond solar farm for free from, I don't know, a random encounter. That would be just a very large item that has no meaningful impact in comparison. And chocolate is falling off, so I can also hope for an upgrade on the LEDs, for example, or the duct tape here. I will just upgrade the core. I will go for Goldie again though. Maybe there is on the last day the golden omega ray showing finally up. Can I raise a Void Colossus? I would say in most cases I can actually. Only a few where maybe the core is like the first target that gets destroyed. Then we are in a little bit of trouble. Also, slow here on the Eye of Colossus was the last target probably to get a slow. So that was unfortunate, but yeah, core not first destruction. So we are good there. That is even maybe at least a discussion worth over a rocket launcher. Let's see how we're feeling about this and what our opponent is actually doing. There is the skill I wanted to see, so really happy about that. There's Scrap Shield I will probably want to buy, so who's out? Yeah, the plasma grenade will not see play, so that is out, and then I can take scrap shield for the duct tape here. I will look though at a freeze over Curio. So there's the freeze. So I will have Vanessa. The Vanessa is in general either popping off early and we have anyway a problem, or has like not enough burst and a one weapon build in most cases. So having a very slow white shield here is yeah, probably not scaling enough and fast enough to raise a Vanessa. I don't think so. I still stay with this. I mean, we have like a very fast full hasted board now. So that is going in our favor. And we're playing unranked and our opponents are not really as correct as some ranked opponents. So that is it. Yeah, I feel like you still have a lot of agency in general. I agree on that. Like even if you don't find your item you're looking for, there's often a lot of stuff you can still do that is at least decent powerful. So like if you don't mind losing 2 or 3 games per run, you are actually like you're in a good spot. So yeah, I was a good run here, good early run. I will do a poll, and also maybe change the title. Um, say something like different hero enjoyer or something, just to make sure people understand that I might be more inclined to nowadays to play also different stuff and not only the Snazer special. Okay. Next. Pygmalion. Nessa. Um, Probably something like this. Are the options I'm willing to go. Pygmalion, Valessa, and off-meta dually is probably what feels good here. I will make a 2-minute pool here. How old are you, Max, if you feel comfortable sharing? I'm actually exactly 30 years old. I got 30 this year. So yeah. Okay. Also, Emmy, welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, good evening to you. I will take a 1-minute break. See how the poll is going from the site, and we'll just be back in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Thank you for staying around. Thank you for joining in so far. Hope you're having a good day, good night wherever you are, and be right back in just a bit.